Hello and welcome to this episode of Bullet Points. Join with me is our resident gun nerd, Gino.
Howdy.
He knows more about guns than just about anybody I know. And we're here today to talk about our in-house Mercury, an in-house product, our Mercury Precision Apollo Glock Compensator. So these go on a Glock or Glock platform type gun, and we're going to talk about why these are awesome and why you might want them. So
yeah, coming up working in the industry, people always ask us all the time, "Hey, are you guys compensating for something?" And they're right, recoil. And that's why these comps are some of the best that I've shot out here. They're specifically designed for use in Glock Gen 3 models, and they come in a bunch of varying different colors. But some of the things that people don't recognize or realize is exactly how does a compensator work. So to kind of break that down a little bit, compensators do two great things. One, they help you burn excess powder. And if you're wondering, what does excess powder have to do, if anything, with recoil, then you should go shoot a 3.5-inch 5.56 AR-15 and come back to me. But in all seriousness, a compensator helps.
10.5-inch Beowulf.
Or a full auto 10.5-inch Beowulf.
There you go.
It's like full semi-automatic from the YouTube. There you go. But a compensator helps burn off some of that excess powder while also using a porting system, usually designed to flow up through the top or through the sides. Our Mercury Precision Apollo compensators here are designed to shoot upwards. So instead of just having one directional force of your projectile plus all your excess mass, which is your gunpowder, your primer, all those little things like that, all the extra force that's powering through there, you're now also getting excess pressure going to the top of your handgun, which is now pushing your muzzle down and your whole handgun down to help you compensate for that. It's pretty, it's science.
It is. And if you've never shot a handgun with a compensator on it, it's like game changer with how flat it keeps your gun. You can stay on target. I like shooting a lot of steel when you're shooting plate racks and stuff like that, just being able to go from one plate to the next without, having to come back down and reacquire targets. If you're trying to get multiple rounds on the same target, it keeps you can shoot faster just because you don't have to come back down on target as fast. Like it just stays flat. It stays on target. Yeah. And especially when you couple that with like a red dot,
it helps for that target reacquisition, especially after firing. Along with that, you're also going to want to be running less poundage in your springs. And now, one of the big questions I get asked all the time is how light or how heavy do my springs have to be if I'm running a compensator?
And specifically the recoil spring inside.
Recoil spring.
Yes.
Yeah, your springs in your cars are fine. We're not worried about that. It's your Glock that I'm more concerned about. So your recoil spring is usually set to 15 pounds from the OEM manufacturers like Glock, SCT, and a couple different manufacturers that we do over here at Delta Team. The need for a reduced spring is simply physics. And for most of you, including myself, who hated physics and fell asleep most of the time, the added mass of a compensator is so heavy that when you're pushing back onto that slide, there's less need for a heavy spring to help reset it because you have more mass pushing back and forth onto your system, to your slide. So if you're running a heavier spring power, you're actually going to be not able to cycle or even eject rounds as comfortably as you'd like. So it's an added benefit of two things. First off, you get to look really cool, having a much smoother racking slide. And two, you get to shoot efficiently and then tell your friends that you were smart enough to figure out how to compensate your Glock.
And we sell kits with you can buy the compensator just a la carte as it is. But we also sell kits with guide rug and those springs, or we sell the complete slide with those types of with the spring and upgraded guide rod and stuff like that in them as well, that are designed to work with these Apollo compensators or any compensator.
Yeah, these are super durable as well. They're made from aircraft grade aluminum, so you're not adding too much weight to you if you're going to be carrying this. If you're going to be shooting it for competitions, you're also going to be noticing that your recoil does get affected. And that's one of the key things for myself whenever I add something to my pistol. Is this just to look cool, which is very important, don't get me wrong, but two, is it also has a productive purpose for it being on my handgun. One of the best parts here is that these are available in a bunch of different colors here. So we've got our glossy black, our gold, red, and matte black. And our colors and variations are going to differ over time. We have some stuff
more
in the
colors
works,
probably to follow.
Yep. The whole rainbow of color. You can have a rainbow Glock.
Yes.
Different, but
We
Fun.
actually have carried the chameleon once, so
The PVD, yeah.
Yeah.
We do.
So we
have,
actually do have rainbow barrels. So,
yeah.
but speaking of barrels, these do fit onto a threaded barrel. It is a 1/2 x 28 thread pitch, so most of your threaded Glock barrels. I've never seen one that isn't 1/2 x 28 in 9mm. In your 9mm, this is 9mm specific. That does need to be said. So
yeah, 9mm specific for handguns. That's where it's gonna be. That's designed to be used on. I mean, you can throw it on your.
I wouldn't put it on a 45. That's
45.
for sure.
Yeah,
no.
I mean it's a one-time use at that point, and no warranty claims on that.
No, they are not. But most, I've not seen a Glock compatible threaded barrel that wasn't 1/2 x 28 in the 9mm thread pitch. So this threads onto them. Threads onto the barrel. Then there's these 2 Allen screws that will pinch that tight to keep it locked in place. And I tried to just twist it off when we were, setting these up to film, and with those screws locked down, it didn't budge.
Nope,
Like,
you look goofy trying to rip those off.
Yes,
so.
I look goofy often, so you got to be a little bit more specific. So, but yeah, so definitely check it out. A lot of you have just a regular factory Glock in your safe, and this is a really inexpensive way to upgrade the performance of this of any handgun, but specifically your Glock, and it'll help take your shooting to the next level. It is one of the you could go buy a lot more expensive gun to get similar type of performance out of it, but if you already have one, you're comfortable with it, dropping a threaded barrel in with a compensator, like it's one of those things that it will take your shooting to the next level. So that's all I got. Anything else?
That's all I can say for these comps.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us on this episode of Bullet Points. We appreciate you tuning in. Definitely check out the links down below. Because of YouTube's guidelines, we cannot send you directly to our website. So we can have you fill out a form. We'll send you the information on the comps via email. Also, there's a link down there that we're doing giveaways constantly. If you subscribe to our email, you'll be entered to win pretty awesome giveaway package. It changes all the time, so definitely check that out. Like the video, subscribe, and follow us on the social medias. And again, thank you for checking us out. We'll catch you on the next episode of Bullet Points.